What's going on? What's going on, peeps? We up in the building. We up in the building. Once again, the dream team. Are we here?
We here, man.
We here. The dream team is here. Yes, we are here, and we are glad to be in the building. Another great day, man. God woke us up, and man, let me tell you, if you into God, you should be blessed. You should be, if you're watching us, you should be happy and glad that you're alive. But we are the dream team, and we're here for another episode of Product of the City podcast, where we get it popping in a major way. Y'all ready for today's show? We got something special for you, man. We got something special. Do we got something special?
Yes, we do. And you all need to listen.
Tune
in, listen. We need this. We really need this. So tune in and listen.
Yes, tune in and listen. Look, like I said, we got something special going on, man. We have today a young man. Let me get this. Let me hold up for a second. You know, I meant to have this ready for y'all, but let me get it popping with you. Let me get you understood to what needs to be understood. This young man right here, right? This young man has done, to me, he's done a lot. He's been in the Air Force. He's an Air Force vet. Yeah, he did one tour in Iraq. Has a bachelor's in you feel that, right? You feel that. Has a bachelor's in film production, focus and directing. Certificate from Cincinnati State in substantial agricultural management. And if I mess any of them words up, Google them and you'll know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna introduce our guest today, man. Today we got it popping. He gonna get it popping. I can't even get the words out. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited when we have young people and they doing what they got to do to make change within the community. But I'm going, with no further ado, we got our man, Mr. Donald Washington. Yes.
How's it going?
Yes, Mr. Donald Washington in the building. Yes. How you doing, man?
I am great. I am blessed to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And for y'all that don't know, this is his very first. So we happy.
Yeah.
This is his first guest appearance on any podcast or anything. So get ready for this young man. Absolutely. He's very intelligent, well spoken, and he's gonna give you the knowledge you need to know. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, like you said, I am Air Force vet. I grew up over the Rhine, so that's like early '90s to 2000s. Graduated from Purcell, Marion. Then I joined the Air Force at 17 years old, went off, came back, entrepreneur, and just a guy to care about my community.
Yes.
Much. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
And you did you mention that you grew up in Over the Rhine?
Yes.
Yeah. Or was I looking around? And
No. I grew up in Over the Rhine. I lived on 14th and 15th in Race. So right in the heart of it, right in the thick of it. I went to Washington Park. I went to St. Francis Seraph right there on Liberty, and I also went to Rothenburg too. So I am a over the Rhine vet.
Yes, over the Rhine vet.
We grew up downtown too.
Okay.
Yes. I grew up downtown.
My people.
Yes, we all peoples, man. We peoples. I grew up in the Lincoln Courts area. I grew up in the Law Homes area, and that's about pretty much where as far as downtown. But that was like a major part of my life because I was a young adolescent. And I would not trade it for the world to grow up in the hood.
At all.
Because you learn a lot. And you know how to overcome, I mean, some of us do, but you gain a sense of knowledge to overcome adversity, the challenges, the loopholes, and it could be a struggle, but we always bounce back.
Absolutely.
You know the struggles, babe. You know.
Absolutely.
Yes. So today you're here to speak on what topic?
Me running for council, I wanted to get off the couch and do something for my community. So I'm here because I'm running for Cincinnati City Council.
Yes. So you're running for city. Because you know what? I've never been a person to want to run for any council.
Yeah.
So what makes you, what made you want to get into politics and running for city council?
That's a good question. I'm very opinionated.
Oh, okay. She's shaking her head over there like, yeah, yes he is.
Very opinionated, but not just opinionated, but also educating myself about our condition. And with that education, it got me to want to do something about it. So last year, I was a case manager, and I had to go into the schools, and I was seeing that, hey, we got a big problem here. Wow. And I always sit around and talk about it, like, they this and they that, and, the barbershop type talks. And I had to look at myself in the mirror, man. You 35 years old, you're not a spring chicken anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so you need to become the they. You need to become the they that makes those decisions in order to put people in better places.
Right. Yeah. That's very important what you said, man. And you said you were in the school system.
Yes.
Because I drive school buses.
Yes.
And together we're gonna go crazy with these kids, but you're gonna try to do something about it.
Yeah.
So what's one of your first angles of attack on addressing the problems within the community itself?
To address the problems in a community, well, we have to deal with mental health. Actually on my platform, one of the things I mentioned is that I would like for the city to either expand. They have grants that they give to churches for youth programs, and I would like for the city to maybe increase that revenue for the churches to make more of those youth programs. And I think that would help with the mental health if we can put more moralistic thoughts back into our neighborhood. I think we're missing these morals, and I think that God needs to be there.
Yes.
So that would be one of the first things that I'm trying to attack, which is mental health.
Right. Okay. So you basically gained the strength and the courage to get into politics and wanting to run for city council. When?
It was always there. To tell you the truth, like even in high school, I was a guy in social studies and history, like getting on everybody. There's like, oh, he raised his hand again.
We all got one of those. We got that.
Yeah, like so. As far as the interest of politics, has always been there since I've been a kid. And I just mentioned this real quick. I have an aunt, and we are like night and day. And she's very political, and I'm very political.
Oh,
and I've
man.
been going back and forth with her since I was a kid. Like she think this, I think this, and just been going back and forth. So the politics has always been there. But like I said, last year, after being a case manager, and let me mention this too, the Trump administration. This administration is so terrible. That's what makes me want to run. Like, makes me want to get up off the couch and say, we can't have this. Like, so with the combination of just that curiosity always been there as far as politics, and then the combination of me going back and forth with my aunt, then the Trump administration, and then also me being a case manager and seeing what's really going on, that's what got me off my couch.
Right. What's the term they say? Knives sharpen knives, or sword sharpen iron sharpen iron. So you and your aunt going at it with each other, she kind of gave you the strength to like, nobody can tell. I mean, not that you're egotistical, but you can't tell me nothing.
As well, with the ego part, you got to have a little bit of ego.
You got to have some ego
because the problem you face is immense. You know what I mean? Like, and the people that you're going to face is it's a big problem. You know what I mean? So you got to have that confidence in yourself to say, listen, I've done my studies. I know what's wrong, and I know the solutions to fix it. Right.
Yeah. Okay, so, like I said, I don't know if it was off camera or on camera, but I said, I don't know really, I'm not really a political type person that really dives in deep into it. Yeah. But give the public, for those who don't know, a little educational or a little something on what is politics.
Okay. Well, politics in general would be who's going to own and control a country's resources and how those resources are going to be distributed. So that's all across the board, meaning how healthcare is going to be given out, how jobs are going to be got, what jobs are going to be made. Your local politics is definitely important because that's directly affecting your children, how the schools are ran, what the schools don't and do have. So again, politics is about owning and controlling resources and how those resources are distributed.
Right. That's a great way to draw the people in, to give you a great example of what politics is in a nutshell. I know it's more than that, but in a nutshell, that's what it is, and that's the bulk of the nutshell. What he just explained, which I didn't know. By the way, but I know you got some. I know you got something you want to ask. You've been itching your fingers and scratching me on the back.
I just like the fact that the part where he said that local, because we have to, start local. Sometimes people be all across the world and saying this about what's going on, whatever. But what goes on? Talk about and how your opinion about what's going on here first before you can branch out, because you got to control this and then. You can,
Absolutely. I don't. Did you just ask me to talk about it, or did
you
just say?
We'll talk about it too, but I'm just making a statement too, because
Right.
I like when you said locally, like it starts,
Yeah.
You know what? She confuses me too sometimes. So like the trash is over there, and I'm like, does she want me to take it out, or does she want me to put some more trash into it? I don't know. But go ahead.
Well, locally, I feel like everything is politicized, even though it's politics. But I think they play a lot of games, where they're not really interested in fixing the problems, which is like so many of our kids can't read. So many. We have to start there.
Right.
So many of these kids can't read, and then also. How much violence is going on within our city in general? All these kids with these guns and things like that. We got to address that. And a lot of times our community, we have a problem with coming to the polls.
Yes.
Yes. And I actually understand it, because we feel like that no matter who's voted in, our situations aren't changing.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
But we also have to keep in mind that this system is flawed, but it's the system we have.
Yeah.
And it's not going anywhere, and we're not going anywhere.
Right.
So in these local politics, we have to attack the schools, and that takes voting. Because our schools are terrible. We
Right.
have to attack the violence, and that takes voting, because you gotta care about who you putting in there, because who you putting in there, they either care about it like for real, like myself, they either care about it, or they're trying to get their own gains.
Right.
So local is that important, because it directly affects you every day.
Right. So is that where it basically starts from, the local, and then it spreads out to like another department or whatever? How does that work?
Absolutely. So let's say the council, when I'm running for the council, is 9 seats on the council. Those council members, they vote for how the city ordinance, things like, so they just voted to give the Paycor Stadium $300 million for renovations.
Yeah, I've been seeing it on the news. Yeah.
They control stuff like that. So It's very important that you put the right people in places to allocate that money where you want that money to go.
Yeah. Because you look, from where I see, you look at people. Just start at the top of the Billy Goat Hill. We're gonna start with Donald Trump. Now, the people that you put in council helps out. Then it goes up to here. So it's not just like, you can't get mad at him all the way. You got to get mad at people you put in office.
Absolutely, all of them. And your congressman, your senator,
right?
So you got to talk to all of them. You can write your congressman, you can call your senator's office, all those people. So if you're saying how it. You want to know how it trickled up or it trickled down? Which way?
Trickle up.
Okay,
tell them how it trickles up.
All right, trickle up. So you got your councilman, and then you'll have your vice mayor, and then you'll have the mayor. Well, the city commissioner is in there too. They're not exactly on like council, but the city commissioner is very important, because the city commissioner is controlling basically the city funds. They write the police checks. They're in charge of that. So the commissioner is I won't say above the council, but kind of is
it's like neck and neck.
Yeah. So you got the city commissioner, then you got the mayor, and then from there you're gonna get your state representatives. So you got your state, let's say congressman, then from there the governor. And then you go on to senators and congressmen and federal congressmen, I should say, after that.
Right.
So you got the governor, then the senators and congressmen, and then the president, of course.
Okay, yeah. I actually knew that. I just want to see if you knew it. But we ain't going to worry about that. We ain't going to worry about that right now.
Pick my brain. Let the people know I know it.
Cause that's one thing that you do say. I like that you when you're making your face, I see you on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're on Instagram and this and that, but I know she's going to make sure you do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like that you say, you see this, in the comments. Say what you want to say. Ask, pick my brain. Let me know.
Because if I don't know, I'm not afraid to say I don't know. Because
Right.
that's how we learn. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers to everything, but that's how we learn, and that's how we stay transparent as well.
Yes,
Like, and that's
yes.
very important.
Yes, that's very true. Now, I'm a sway it a little bit. So we were just talking about this earlier. Now we on camera. So we got to keep it a little, you know what I'm saying, ungraphic.
Okay.
But so let me ask you this: the brawl that happened the other day,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. I know how I feel. I know how some people feel. Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel and the reason why you feel that way.
Okay. Well, I think that both sides should be held accountable for the illegal things that took place.
Right.
And I don't think, though, that the law has been distributed in that way. I think it's very lopsided, of course, but I do think that both sides have got to take accountability in what took place. But with that being said, too, I also think that there should have been more police in the area anyway, and it probably wouldn't even got that far because it's a big event. It was a lot of big events down there, so it's a lot of people. So you have to ramp up the security, and if you'd have had that in the first place, it probably wouldn't have got that far.
Yeah, it did get a lot out of hand.
Yeah,
But not so bad that it had to be taken to the national.
exactly. It
Why?
shouldn't have, but that's the political side of it. You know, like you got that special administration in Washington that wants to divide people,
Right.
And that's their goal. So because that kind of feed their base. Their base need that, and so they play on that.
Yeah.
But I think it was blown out of proportion, and because if it was black on black, you wouldn't have had that. If it was
You
white
would
on
not
white,
have had
you wouldn't
that.
have had that. It wouldn't have went anywhere.
Yeah.
But since it was the opposite races, they wanted to politicize it. So
Right.
I think that is a problem, and I think it was blown up too big.
Yeah, it
Too
was
big.
blown up
But
too big.
And I agree with what you said. I was telling him the other day about how I felt about it, and the same as you. I felt like everybody should have been held accountable, and everybody should have been, incarcerated. If they're going to take somebody to jail, everybody, like I mean, everybody. Nobody should be putting their hands on nobody, and everybody. That's how I agree. I didn't go like, oh, this and that, Everybody, get everybody, lock them all up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then that would have been a good statement. That would have,
Oh yeah, that would have set a really good example.
That's what should
Yeah.
have happened. So I feel like that too.
So let me ask you this. Now I heard through the grapevine, but they was like trying to condemn the mayor, like he's not doing his job as far as this. What's your thoughts on? I don't know about you can speak on, but what's your thoughts on that?
Well,
With him being on vacation and like it felt like he was running away. I don't know.
I think that the mayor has a hard job, and I think that he tries his best to be neutral in situations as the one that took place.
Right.
And I think his response was a little too slow.
Wow,
But I do think that he responded in a way that a mayor should, as far as he didn't pick sides, and he actually called the administration out, the Trump administration out, on trying to divide us. And I think that was good.
Yeah, he did do a good job there, man. Because like he could have easily fed into it.
Absolutely.
Like the payola type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He could have fed into that.
And he did it. And so I think he did a great job with doing that. Like I said, I think he was a little delayed in his response, but his response was appropriate.
Okay, yeah. I feel that. I
He
feel
said,
that.
let me take my vacation. I'll be back with you.
I already paid for this.
Let me
gonna get a
take my
refund.
vacation. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I'll come back to it.
Yeah, let me soak up some of the sun real quick, bruh. But so let me get political, if you will, a bit with one of these questions. So let me see. Do you think our Main Street downtown is healthy and successful? If not, what would you do to change that?
You mean actual Main Street?
Like, when I look, not actual main, like one of the main streets. Or just the inner city downtown. Where
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying, so how do I think OTR is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think OTR is, well, for me, I'm kind of on both sides of this, and here's what I mean. I mean that when I grew up in OTR, it wasn't a place to be. Like I've seen drive-bys, I've seen people get shot, I've seen countless fights, I've seen all that stuff as a kid, and So it wasn't the place to be, but I love this place because when you're a kid, that's just life. You know, you're just growing up this place. This is just normal. Like, so I like the fact that OTR has changed and it's a, let's say, quote unquote, safer place to be.
Right.
But I wish that change would have came with investing to the people that was already there and made that community better that way. Right. And so as far as today, yes, it's better, but you still got those little pockets to where it's not so good.
Right.
And I think that do need to be addressed because we do need a safer city. We do need a safer OTR. We need safe communities, period.
Yes.
So, so I'm on the fence. Like, I love to see that it's better, but I wish it was better when I was there. And that's a part of where I'm running. I want our communities to be better now.
Yes, we need that now.
And for what you're saying, when you said that you wish it was better when, when you were down there, I agree too, because to me, this is what I think that happened. Somebody had made a statement about this as far as where they move out, the black people from down there, and then they, renovating and making it, just glamorous down there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go down there and be like, what street am I on?
Right.
Right.
And I'm 53 years old. I've been here all my life. Right. So I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at downtown. But, and then somebody had made a statement too. It was, I guess that the black guy had stabbed somebody and killed somebody, and it was basically like they took everybody home. Not that should have happened. Not they shouldn't do it, but you mixing, because you go right around the corner, then you have, and it should have been fix this up, and they could have appreciated. Now they could have appreciated where they live at, because if you have something, if you have something nice, you're going to appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And they don't have nothing down there, so you go right around the corner, and then you have this area, then you got this right here. So now you gotta mix them, and now y'all mad. It been like this.
Absolutely.
Help that person. You help them out. And so I think that's what they did wrong right there too, because you go right around the corner and. It's problem. They don't have
trouble's
nothing.
Right around the corner.
And then they even would like a slap in the face and make them even mad and aggressive and angry.
Because how do you have the money to fix up around here, but not right here?
Right here, right around
Exactly.
the corner, like the next street over.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that young guy should have did that. Not condoning that, but that's what happened. Y'all mixing that. Just why? Just leave them where they at. Fix it up, help them out, and it could be a better place.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, I got another one for you. So, speaking on this, fixing it, and so to you, what's more important for our city right now? Building new homes and commercial spaces, or rehabbing, expanding, better utilizing, or existing homes and storefronts?
I would say it's a combination of both.
Okay.
It's a combination of both because just like we were mentioning that, you go to another street and then you look like, well, what is this? But then on the next street, literally, they got $1 million homes. Like I actually looked up one of the condos on Race and it was like 800 or something thousand or something like that. Like,
on Race?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And those buildings used to be low income housing.
Oh, yeah. Very low income housing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think it's a combination of both. Like she said, fix up those other streets, but then also housing is always a problem. It seemed like so we need those new buildings as well. And then as far as commercial, we need businesses. We do need businesses for the city to run. So fix the up those storefronts as well. All
right,
of it, the combination.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to like you said. I think we was off camera talking about this, but you said it's very important for investment, to invest in new buildings and new businesses and everything. So that definitely is a need, a great need. Let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say a part of my platform. That's one of the things that I'm advocating for. As far as I was doing a little study. I'm a big YouTuber. I'm always on YouTube, and I was going back to the problems or whatever in Cincinnati, and I went back to I think Charlie Winburn, and not saying anything bad about him, but just saying that he was speaking. It was I think 2002 or something like that, and he was saying we need affordable housing. And a lot of politicians say we need affordable housing, but kind of hitting on something that you said earlier as far as about caring about where you live and how it looks. I think we need programs about affordable home buying programs.
Right.
You know, like so people can care about where they live.
Right.
Like, you know, if this is my house, I don't want you hanging on the corner in front of my
I don't.
house.
I
You know,
don't.
I don't want to throw trash on the ground.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and then it makes all communities better because the value of all property rises. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so in addition to affordable housing, I think there should be programs to have affordable home buying.
Yes, it definitely should
agree,
be.
yes.
So you know what? It should be programs like that, but what would you do to attract us to, you know, to that option? You know, like, cause yeah, he's saying that ain't nobody going, you know what I'm saying? But what would you do to bring us in if it was you? What type of program would you have to bring us in?
So, to bring us into the
To make us believe like, is this is real?
Okay. Well, I would say that I'm one man, right? What I would say is that we need more of me's. We need
Yes.
more of the like-minded people who actually care about the people.
Right.
And that's the way that we're really going to get this done. A lot of times I think that our community in general is so, they have a problem with seeing the bigger picture. And what I mean by that is this, is that a councilman, we're running for 2 years. I mean, that's our term limit, 2
Right.
years.
2 years,
So with that being said, we have to think long terms of how in the next 2 years, who else we sending? And in
Right.
the next 2 years, who else we sending? So then you make that correlation of like-minded people who will allocate instead of sending $300 million to get Paycor
Yeah,
Stadium
yeah,
done.
exactly.
That we can actually make change with that $300 million and implement the programs that I'm talking about. Right. So really my answer is that we need more of me's to do it, but I'm just the first one to go and fight for you. That's
Right.
what I'm really promising right now.
Right.
I am going to fight for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really promising.
That's good,
That
that's good.
I got the interests of the people.
Right.
No matter what. I have integrity. And that integrity
Yes.
lies with the have-nots, the people who have been suffering. So that's what I'm promising the people is that this is, and I hope this is pulling you in right now because
Right.
I'm being genuine. This is really me. That I am promising that I'm going to be there for you. So when they're trying to cut funding for whatever it may be that they know is going to affect you in a negative way, you're going to at least have me there like, oh, no, you're not. And I hope that you send more of us down there to actually have the power to tell them, no, you're not.
Right. Yes. Okay. Have you ever heard the term, they not like us?
Absolutely.
Is there anybody else on council that you see sitting on council
Yeah.
that's like you, that's like real? You could, yeah, he's for real.
Well,
I don't know if you want to say names or not, but is it?
yeah, I think I want to stay away from saying the names.
Just say how many.
I would say it's probably one.
One?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So everybody, everybody else is kind of like, whatever. He just
I mean, listen, people have different motivations.
Right.
And with that comes people making different decisions.
Right.
And I think we're speaking about this off camera, and I told you, like, some people are motivated by money. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And I was going to say I'm not going to knock them, but I am going to knock them because as a politician, you're a public servant. And I think we forget that a lot, that you are a public servant and what your decision making should be the interests of the people. And with that being said, a lot of times those politicians become the interests of big businesses, the interests of big corporations.
Right.
So they forget about the decision making for the people.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of that goes on and right now down in city council to where people really don't have the interests of the people. And like I said earlier, I think that we have to get more people on there that got the interests of the people.
Yeah, so I want to know, are you afraid, man? Like, not afraid like for your life, but like, you speaking like that and you saying like it's a large majority that has lost the way of the people along the way. Are you like, it's going to be are you ready for this tough battle?
Man, listen, yes.
You're right.
To the short answer is yes. And again, like I mentioned, just that integrity I have and that foundation of who I am. And then also knowing that, this isn't by mistake. I think I have God with me.
Yes.
And because it's not by mistake, like as far as I educated myself. Like, yeah, I got degrees, but one of my hobbies is reading. And why I'm mentioning that is because that's the foundation I come with, to where I've been studying so much, and it has kind of shaped me. It has helped shape my experience to be for the people, meaning that, how I was just saying, I grew up downtown. But then when I started to educate myself about the problem, that started to shape me in a certain way to say, okay, hold on, this is social engineered. Like, we don't have to be this way.
Yeah.
And then when I keep reading, and it's got me to a point to where it's like, I can't be bought. I can't be bought, and I can't be scared. If like you just asked me, do I fear? I can't be scared out of this, because it is what it is, and it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
It's bigger than what could happen to me or whatever they try to come out with, and then whatever they come out with, they'll be lying, because I've never even been in a courtroom. But so what can happen to me or whatever? But it's bigger than that, because I really care about my community. Because when I see the people who don't have, I see myself, and I think that's a problem, and I want to address that.
That's dope. That's dope, man. You could tell you could feel the genuineness in his voice. And when you see his lady over there with her back arched up, you know it's real. She's like, I'm proud of my man. Shit, he doing what he got to do. Shit. But yeah. But listen, we gonna take a quick one. We'll be right back. Boom.
3 things you should expect me to advocate for when you send me to City Hall. 1, the CCY program, the Citizens Committee on Youth. This program was a program implemented by the city for teenagers that need jobs over the summer. I actually was a part of this program when I was a teenager growing up in Over the Rhine. I think it's a great program to get our kids off the street and get some money in their pocket and teach them responsibility. Second thing, I think there should be a good effort in order to get the guns off our streets. So with that being said, I think there should be a $100 buyback program. Don't ask, don't tell. You turn in your weapons, we give you $100, and that's it. We're not doing any investigations on the person that's turning it in, nothing like that. We need to get these guns off the street so we can have a safe place to live, definitely for our children. That third thing, I think we have to encourage the churches to make more youth programs. Again, yes, my thing is the youth, and I'm here for it, and I'm here for them, because somebody has to take care of our kids, and it takes a village. So, as I said, my third thing, encourage more youth programs through the church. There are already grants, I believe, for the city to give to churches, but I believe I would like to up those grants and create more programs. So those are 3 things you can expect me to advocate for when you send me to City Hall. Let me know in the comments, whether good, bad, or indifferent, how you feel about it. You got something to add? I'd love to hear it. Just let me know. This is Donald Washington for Cincinnati City Council, and I'm not a politician. I'm a freedom fighter for you.
Yes. We back, man. We back. And if you were tuned in, you heard a lot of greatness. Understand, you heard a lot of greatness. But now, I thought about something. I want to kind of like touch on this subject, because like it stems back to a lot of reasons why a lot of things are not getting done. A lot of reasons why people are so skeptical. A lot of reasons why people don't understand each other, and that's mental health. So I want you to get a little bit more in depth with the issues of mental health. What do you think we need as far as mental health?
Well, first thing is therapy.
Therapy.
We definitely need some therapy.
People scared of therapy.
Oh yeah, they are. Definitely in our community.
Right.
You know, it's like taboo. Like, so they need therapy, but they also need the church. They probably need some God in them too, you know, like because it's like moralistic thinking has just went out the window. But what I've seen as far as what makes mental health a part of my platform is working with these kids. They really don't see themselves in the future, you know? And I think that's a lot of our problems, that we don't see ourselves in the future.
They don't see.
Like that's a part of the reason why we don't vote. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, we feel like whoever is getting there, they're not making decisions for us anyway. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we're not taking control. If we took control, we would be seeing a future, because we're trying to make a path for those kids. I think mental health was started, of course, in the schools. You got to have therapists in the school. You
Right.
probably have mental coaches in the school, maybe 1, 2, 3 in one school to
Right.
talk to these kids on a daily basis. Because what I've seen is that they don't see themselves in the future, but then also they have a hard problem expressing themselves in general. Like
Right.
they have a hard problem doing this, and I think if you had those mental health coaches there, if you had the therapists there, these things would become normal. These things become normalized, and you will have a better outcome with our children.
Yes, that's true. That's 100% true, man. So I also let me see. I think I heard you speak on taking it back to the voting thing. So what is your take on like trying to get people to vote? What how can we get the people to vote? How can we get more of us to come to, recognize like we do need to vote, how the importance of voting?
Well, I hope I'm doing that today. I hope that I am relaying to you that I'm an average guy. I come from nothing. And I actually, to be totally transparent with you, I've only voted in the election once, the local election once.
Wow.
And you're probably like, well, how you up there telling us to vote? But that's what I'm explaining to you, that I realized that was a problem. And I realized that no matter how I felt about the system, this the system that we have, and we have to work within it. We have to get more like-minded people like us to work within this system. And I hope that my plea to you today is making you understand that, because we're not going anywhere, and this system isn't going anywhere either. So we keep pulling and tugging, we keep fighting and trying to ignore it, and it still runs our daily lives. So we got to realize that. We got to realize that this is very important. Don't keep letting them send you, our leaders. We need to send our leaders.
Right.
You keep letting them put in front of your face who they want in front of your face. But listen, I am grassroots. You're going to send me there, and I'm going to be for you.
Right. That's right. That's word.
right.
Word is bond.
It's powerful. It's very powerful. And also, and I just like the fact that you're 35 years old. They need more younger, especially young black men down there. They need it. So the younger black men can see that it's more to life. Then, so that's a good thing too. They need a young 35-year-old, young black man.
Great example.
Good example.
Yeah.
Come from downtown,
Yes.
over the Rhine,
Yes.
they need that. They need that, and I'm a strong believer too. How they, in the Bible, we say the first should be last and the last should be first. We've been last for so long.
Yeah.
For so long. We've been last for so long. So now it's a lot of things we can step up to be, and to be the first, and then to be the first, you have to truly in your heart, in your heart to receive it. To receive it. Like you said again, it's people want about money. I tell him all the time, we do things, I do a lot of things and I don't expect money. If the money, it's the law of attraction. If the money going to come, it's going to come. But it's from that heart. Absolutely. So you receive everything from your heart and you put it out from your heart. I think this young man is going to be great on council. He's going to be great on council.
I do too. So how many seats are there left on council?
Well, at Cincinnati, all seats are available when you're voting.
Right.
But there's only 2 that's actually vacant. But when
Vacant,
voting,
yeah.
they're all available. So
Right.
everybody needs to get voted back in who's sitting there, and there's 9 seats.
Oh, so everybody that's already sitting in council, they still have to fight for their seat. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought they was just sitting up eating chicken. Like, hey, I'm good, bro.
Well, that's interesting because when I first, it's still all new. I've only been doing it for about a month. But I reached out to a community council leader.
Okay.
And she sent me a text back, and she said, well, I don't think you should run because first it's too late, and then there's only one vacant seat. It was only one vacant seat at the time. And she like, in the incumbents, those are the people that's already sitting there, and she like, it's going to be hard to beat them. So I don't think you should try it. And I told her, I said, well, I don't care. Basically, like, I don't care about that because the people has the final say. And that's another thing I want to mention too. I had a meeting at City Hall, and just talking to people in general, they're, people who know about politics, and they're like, you got to go see so-and-so, and you got to go get the blessing of so-and-so. But these people were people with that, let's say, prominent in the political scene, and had money. So they really was telling me I had to go and check with, let's say, the gatekeepers and
right.
and not come to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if this is a democracy, they should have been telling me I had to go to the people. Like,
right.
And that's a problem within itself. That you're telling me I got to go to these gatekeepers, and yet you're telling people, well, they need to go vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it also tells me that
it's contradictory.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly.
It's like they was whoever was trying to scare you away from it.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to do this. You got to do that. I don't want to do this.
And guess what? If she could have scared me away from it, I shouldn't be here because I know what I'm facing, and I'm willing to face it.
Yeah, those are your first challenges right there.
Yeah.
It'd be your own people.
Absolutely.
It'd be your own people. I swear.
Absolutely.
I promise you. Go.
Oh no, and I was just about to say your people, meaning also like-minded or not like-minded people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, that's also
yes,
it.
yes. Yeah, man. To speak on what she was saying, like we need younger people so they can see you in the light. Like, damn, he my age. I could have did this, but I want to say one time, like me and my wife, we went out to a I'm gonna put in Freddie Luke's bar. We went out to Freddie Luke's bar, and we were sitting there. We just going out to have a good time, and we ran into a young couple, and they were like in there just chilling or whatever, and they seen us. Oh, I seen y'all on Facebook, and they picked our brains. And when we left, my point is when we left, they came out of there so inspired. They like, you know what? Yeah.
Poured into them.
Yeah. And the young man was like, man, I'm so glad. This to the point I'm trying to make. I'm so glad. It's like it feels real good to see somebody that's actually doing good that's married, because you see a lot of these stories that it kind of deters you away from wanting to be married or being involved in a relationship. Yeah. But to actually see y'all two right there, and you talking to us and giving us this advice, it makes me want to be married more. So to the point she said, you being up in there, you doing what you're doing, these young kids, these young men that's looking for a way to turn and get away from the craziness, and they want to do growth, looking up to you will make that happen.
And I'm glad you spoke on that, because that's my mission. Like I said, we need more of me trying to be there.
Right.
And one of the things that I do on purpose, because people was telling me, well, you got to get them in a suit and tie, and I will, because I'm into fashion and I like clothes. But but at the same time, I just come as me. I'm coming as me, and I hope that inspire them, because you don't have to look a certain way to do certain things.
Yes.
And I hope that I am sending that message as well, to inspire the people who with me.
I definitely believe you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. And with you coming, like you said, being as you are, come as you are, like the church say, come as you are, it makes somebody look at you like it just gives them more reason to believe like he's just like me.
Absolutely.
He wearing the same type of clothes I got. I'm familiar with that brand that he has on.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It makes them want to get inspired to do, maybe not run for politics, but do better in life.
Exactly. And that's really all I can ask for when I'm trying to inspire somebody.
Yes.
Right, to be realistic and then transparent too, because even sometimes the people with the suits on and all that, most of the time, the young people,
they don't want to hear what they got to say. Exactly.
They full of it. You know what I'm saying? But you just being you, it's like, hold on. It's catchy. It's catchy. You got to be you. When you be you, you catch people. If you're not you and you just make up, it's a makeup. A suit is, dressing like that. It's a makeup. It's covering up things, So I like that.
And to add to that, I think that it's true representation. That's what I want you to see. I want you to see that you are represented downtown.
Yes.
I am one of you.
Authenticity. Yeah. Authentic, man. I want to ask this question. So, and I really want you to speak to the camera on this and let them know. So, how do you plan to involve residents in the decision-making process in our town?
That's a good question. And so I have a plan that I attended the OTR Community Council just this past Monday, and it wasn't good. Let me just put it that way. You had a lot of fighting back and forth within the members and the president and all that. And I actually stood up and I said that. I told them like, hey, this is my first time here and this isn't looking too good. But my point is, That's exactly what I want to do. I want to be your voice in City Hall. So I literally want to be a pipeline going from what you think needs to be done. You relay that to me and I relay it to them. And then also vice versa. When they got ordinance coming down the pipeline, I don't want to just vote by myself. I want to bring it to all your community councils. I've only been to OTR so far, but I plan to go to Avondale, Walnut Hills, all of them that counts for Cincinnati. I want to be there. And that's exactly what I plan to offer you. I want to go to each council, say, hey, this is coming down the pipeline. You guys can vote on it yourselves. Then it's a final, let's say a final vote. So you might have your council vote on it. You bring your president. Your president of each one meet with me. You tell me how it's voting. And the majority, that's what wins. And that's the way I'm gonna vote downtown. So I really want to make it a democracy, because right now what you have is a republic, which is you vote for individuals to just go and be your voice, and however they vote, that's what you get. No. I want you to vote for me, and I want you to stay hands-on with me, and I'm only going the direction that you want me to go.
Wow. That was a lot said, and it was very powerful, because I felt it in my chest. I don't like feeling stuff in my chest. Made me I got to say it with my chest. Well, hold on. Let me ask you this, man. So if elected, what are 3 steps that you would take to put our city on firmer financial footing?
Okay. If elected, I will work with I can't even think of the organization. I'm sorry, I'm messing up.
It's all good. It's all good.
You got a lot on your brain.
It's an organization though, and they put out like all these plans. The city actually put out. We have a subway line under Cincinnati. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
And the city put out for different planners to develop that subway line, but not necessarily a subway. They wanted to develop it into something that can bring tourists in. And that can
like a so to speak museum type. Maybe.
Well, not just museum. They all had different plans for it.
Okay.
And so you spoke about the economics parts of it. That's one of the ones I like. It would bring a lot of jobs.
Oh yeah.
They had restaurants down there. They had different activities for the kids
nice.
and everything down there. Yeah, and it was really nice. And I think that will bring more jobs, but then also more tourism to the city, which will increase the revenue as well.
Yeah. That was a great. You know what? I did know about the underground railroad thing going on, but I didn't know there was kind of like talks about redeveloping it.
Yeah. It talks about redeveloping.
Yeah, that would be very good, man. That's one thing me and my wife do. We like to redevelop things. we ain't gonna get on that subject. But
and
so
can I ask you a question fully? I think you said one. I think you said 3 things.
3.
Yeah, three.
Yeah.
And so it was all 3 economics.
Yes.
Okay. I think another thing would probably be. This is a hard one.
It makes you think.
I got to get it more thought to it. Yeah, that's why it's hard. Another one. Actually, this is a part of my platform. I don't know why it didn't come to me. So they have something called the Futures Commission. And this was an organization that the city hired in order to see the problems in the city and how do they fix it. So from crime to economics and everything. So I read over the Future Commission. I haven't read the whole thing yet, which I'm still reading right now.
Right.
But the part that I want to mention is that the Future Commission went around to small businesses and businesses in general, and they did a survey, and they asked them how was the process with doing business with the city, and almost all the business owners said that it was complicated because you had to go to this office and that office and get this permit and get this inspection.
Right. A lot of spending.
Yes, and I want to streamline that process.
Right.
We need to go to one office.
Yeah.
One office to get these things done. All things business, let's go to one office.
Yeah.
And that was actually from the voice of the business owners. And I think that would speed things up because they also mentioned that the city missed out on contracts because they go so slow, that they move like snails, and businesses chose to take their business somewhere else because of the city moving so slow. So I would definitely want to have that central office to where it's all thing business and get those business permits and things like that streamlined.
Yeah, that's sad though that I think it's purposely done.
It
if you ask
probably
me.
is. It probably is.
Yeah,
Because
I
there's
think
a
it
lot
is.
of nepotism that goes on down there, you know, like to where people scratching people's back, keeping people in the know that they know, keeping these contracts here. It's a lot of
Yeah.
that goes on. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to. So it's so much, man, that goes into being a political person as a political candidate. What's something that the public doesn't know about something that you have to go through, just as a person just trying to get in? What's something that they don't know?
Well, I actually did a video about this on my Facebook page about the petition process to where you needed 500 signatures, 500 signatures from registered voters in that area. So meaning like they couldn't be in North College Hill,
Right.
even though they was registered voters, but if they live in North College Hill, they couldn't sign my petition to get me on city council.
Right.
So with that being said though, a big thing that we didn't know, and if you did not update your registration address, yours didn't count. So it doesn't matter that you still lived in the same area. So if you move from Westwood and you move to Avondale, those two places count to vote for Cincinnati. But if you didn't update it, they said it didn't count.
Wow.
So that was really tough going through that process because we did a lot of work to get those signatures. Like
Yeah.
all these events, happened to speak to a lot of people, and the no's, some of our people crazy. some of the reactions I got with dealing with the public, that was an eye-opening thing. Even though I know that we need help, and I know that everybody just isn't going to be on board, but to experience it firsthand and get some of the reactions that I got to work to just going up to people and trying to get them to do it, it was kind of like I need to do this even more,
man,
because I just spoke about that mental health stuff earlier.
Right.
So having to deal with the petition process, that was kind of a hassle.
Wow, the challenges you face.
Yeah.
It'd be the little things that you just don't know. It'd be tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, man. I want to say, it's crazy. I was just like scrolling through my Facebook. I was looking, and then I said, let me see what he talking about, man. This dude rambling on. Let me see what he talking about. Now listen, I said, oh, okay, he making sense. I never knew this guy. I never knew him. I said, okay, he's okay. I said, let me reach out to him, man. You know what? You would be a great guest to have on the show. I want to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Any platform, I don't care if you got 100 people looking at you, to 10,000. Any platform helps you.
Absolutely.
So any audience captures you. But I just wanted to say that, what brought me to ask you, like, come on the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
First I spoke to my wife. Mm-hmm. Make sure, she got to get a final say so.
Yeah.
You know how she checks you, so you already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up, let me do this before. But anyway, I said, you know what, man? He seems very genuine, man. He's like well-spoken. He's very genuine, and he's very transparent, and he sounds like he's really speaking for real. You've been very, very honest, man. To me, that's what it felt like. And I was looking, I said, okay, scroll through your pictures. Let me see what he talking about. Hold up. Did he just get out of jail or something? And he's trying to get some money. He should have did all that talking. What I'm really trying to say, can I borrow $5?
You gotta do that.
I said, let me see, man. Let me see. Like so when I scrolled through, I said, yeah, he's genuine. So I reached out to him. So I want to say, for me and my wife, I really believe that, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna try to sway your votes and nothing like that, but I'm gonna say that to me, he's authentic. That's all I can say. He's very authentic, and that's what you need in today's world, some authenticity. Because like you sign up for a lot of stuff, and we won't talk about the orange man. She got on orange too. We just sign up for a lot of stuff. You got the orange man. Now you're like, why did I vote for this motherfucker? So to see somebody that's authentic and you can feel it in your chest is a very good sign from the man above. Like, this might be something, you know what I'm saying, we could use. But I want to give you a second or two or three, a minute to whatever you want to tell the public, the reason why they need to vote for Donald Washington.
Okay. Well, first I'd like to thank y'all because like I told y'all, this is my first time in the public eye as far as on someone else's platform. So I really appreciate it. Like you said,
Yes.
You reached out and I definitely was like, oh yeah, absolutely. Because like you said, I need to be everywhere.
Yes.
And so I appreciate that so much. And what you mentioned of like, us trying to help us and I appreciate it so
Yeah,
much. So
yeah. We appreciate
first to
you,
say
man.
that.
Yes.
And as far as why you should vote for me, as he said, I'm authentic. What you see is what you get. And with that being said, what you are getting is someone that's for you. I know I keep saying that, but I can't bring that home. I got to drive that home because I understand you. As you heard me mention earlier, that I only voted in one local election, but that's because I also feel like you that we voted and nothing is changing. But with that being said, as I also mentioned, that's why we do have to vote. That's why we do get off the couch, because when people like myself come along to say, hey, I'm for you, I'm riding for you, it's going to be me and you, we have to get off the couch for that. Because you don't get that all the time. You get politicians coming and tell you the same old talking points. Politicians that come and they all in the community when it's voting time, but they disappear when they got the job. And I don't plan to be that way. As I mentioned to you earlier, I plan to be at those community meetings because I really care about the community. And I hope that this is coming through to you. I hope that you can see that we can't get out of this system. This is the system that we have. And if we have those kids, definitely if you are a parent, if we have these kids, we have to start shaping the future for these kids.
Yes.
And I don't even have kids myself, but I'm doing it for your kids because they are like my kids. Because when I see them, I see myself. And it's very important for us to start to come together. And I mean the haves and the have-nots. I mean the people that have not. Because those are the people that seems to be constantly be last. As she mentioned earlier, I don't know if she mentioned that on camera or not, but the last shall be first. And,
yeah. First should be last. Last should be first.
We have to start making, but we're going to have to do some work for that. Let me put it that way. We're going to have to do some work for that, and that starts with voting, getting the right people in the right positions in order to do something for you.
Yes. I like that. I like that. I really hope y'all felt what he was saying, man. You know, like if you're unsure who to vote for or where to go to vote.
Where to go to vote? Everybody has their own place to vote in your district, so you'll have to call the Hamilton County Board of Elections. So you each got your own spot. So go to HamiltonCountyBoardOfElections.com, or you can go to Vote Washington 2025. Yeah, vote Donald Washington 2025, and we're going to have it on there too. We're going to put up something to show each individual area where you go and vote.
Also, what is there anything that would like, just say you get to the poll to vote? Oh, I forgot my ID. Is there anything you must have?
That's a question I should know the answer to, and I don't. I don't know the answer to that, but
you have to have your ID. Like that's a must. You have to have your ID.
Because I know with Trump, he's like making all these different changes.
You have to have your ID. I think that's the only thing.
Is it that new ID thing you have to have a new?
No, that's just
that's
for
travel.
That's for the air. Yeah, but to go vote, you have to have your ID, and then your ID have to have the address, like you said, that's set on it that you register with. If that doesn't match, then
Can you bring some mail with you? You can't none of that.
No, I think you have to have it. Have it on your ID.
And with that being said, on this final note, you can also vote early. You can go to the Hamilton County Board of Elections, and you can go and submit an early vote. And also, you can also call them to see if your vote counted. People don't know that. You can call them and see if your vote counted. So that's very important.
I didn't know that
either.
Yes.
So that's something good to know.
Yes.
Who do you call to see if you're the same people that you?
Yep, the Hamilton County Board of Elections.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed this show, man. We try to, spotlight anybody, not just any and everybody, but anybody that's doing something positive in the community, or you have a product, or you have a business, anything that's positive, you're trying to get it out there, man. This is the platform you want to be at. Product of the City Podcast. We make t-shirts. We have seasoning, detox, and we have a podcast for you to shine your bright light amongst your skin. But we want to say, man, we had a good time. We had a great time having you on. I'm glad we had a chance to meet, man. We had a chance to meet and really get you out into the public. I'm glad this is your first little. So now you ready for the second and third?
Little, first
not little.
platform.
Oh, big. Yeah, not little. Yeah.
Big nigga. Oh, no, my bad. You grace us with your presence, man. You on our platform. So the next one gonna be much easier. It's gonna get easier and easier, and then we're gonna be able to get you off the platform. But I gotta say, I know your auntie proud of you now, boy. She can't say nothing now.
She a part of the campaign. She
Oh,
part of the campaign. Yeah, so absolutely.
Once you get
What
in
up,
that
auntie?
seat,
What
we
up?
would
What
love
up?
for you to come back because you gonna get that seat.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Absolutely. Y'all will see me.
Yeah.
Like I am a man of the people, and
That's
I
what's
will
up.
be here.
Yeah. Keep going, man. You know it's all about when it comes to trying to get something, get a point across. It's all about promotion. In their face, like Top Dog Law. In their face. I can't stand that commercial. I can't stand it. It gets on my nerve every time I hear it. Turn the radio off. I can't. Oh God. But anyway, man, we're glad to have you here on our platform. We hope you enjoyed this show. And if you need to know anything about Mr. Donald Washington, they can reach you at.
Yep, you can reach me on Facebook at Donald Washington, or you can go to the website at vote donaldwashington2025.com.
Yes.
All right.
And with that being said, we love you, but we gotta go.
We
Peace.
out.